تعرف في وجوههم نظرة النعيم. You will recognize in their faces nadra. Nadra is a beautiful word in the Arabic language. There are a few words for glow and glitter and joy that are used to express the beauty of something, or freshness even. We find zahra, bahja, nadra. Nadra is the lighting up of one's face. When you could see the freshness in it, you could see the happiness and joy in it. You know, it's also used, nadra is used in Arabic literature for even vegetables and fruit that's really fresh and ripe. But in the Quran, essentially it comes for faces. So face wujuhun yawma'idhin nadira, right? They're lit, they're fresh. They're really happy to be there. Do you ever see a tourist who's really happy to be in DC? I haven't seen one yet, but you know, if you see one, that's what they would look like. We see a lot of those in New York. You know, people get to the city and they're like, there's this nadra on their face. You know where I see nadra? I see nadra sometimes if I fly to LA, right? The Southwest flight stops in Vegas, right? And the people that are getting off at Vegas, before they get off, guess what's on their face? Nadra. Man, they're happy. They're staring out the window. It's like they just about to land into Jannah, right? And then the flight goes on from Vegas to LA, right? So now the people on the plane are the people that are leaving Vegas, and this looks like the line that's headed to the hellfire. Their faces are down, and they don't want to make eye contact. They look suicidal. Probably left all their life savings behind, right? So it's a different scene from here to there than there to there. Subhanallah. But that gives you some idea of nadra. You see these people sitting on couches and they're just fresh. They're lit. Their faces are lit. تعرف في وجوههم نظرة النظرة النعيم. The idafa here, the mudaf ilayh here is an-na'im. These blissful things that they see, that's what lights their face up. I mean, you see something like, wow, and you see this other thing, and your face just gets brighter and brighter at the things you see. Subhanallah. Yusqawna, and now the service, room service. Yusqawna, they will be given to drink. They don't even have to get up to get the drink. They don't have to get up, because if they said yasquna, or then they're going to drink. But yusqawna, they will be given to drink. So Allah has already set the scene where they're chilling on the couch, so they don't have to get up. Yusqawna, and what are they given to drink? Min rahiqin makhtum. Let's understand first what rahiq means. As-Sabuni comments, ajwadul khamr wa asfahu. And in the Sihah we find الرحيق صفوة الخمر وقال الأخفش هو الشراب الذي لا غش فيه. So a few things. The purest possible wine or drink that is not contaminated by age or bubbles kind of thing. It's very crystal clear. You can see right through it. And it's got great texture in color. And it doesn't make you drunk. It doesn't get you. You can drink however much of it you like, and it doesn't get you drunk. Others comment that it also has in it a beautiful scent. But then we find makhtum. And I don't know how popular the drinks that were makhtum must have been a very exotic thing at the time. Nowadays, makhtum literally means sealed off, closed off, tight. And it's got a brand on it. So once you open it, you know how like some drinks have that seal that if it's not there, you shouldn't buy it kind of thing? Right? So they've got that seal. It's an original seal, meant for you to open it. It wasn't opened by anyone else before. It's filled to the brim. And makhtum also means something that is filled to the brim and then sealed. Like the Messenger ﷺ is Khatam al-Nabiyyin, right? Because the Risala is filled. It's not like there's room left. It's filled and then he's the seal. It's all the way to the top. So Ar-Rahiq al-Makhtum is these beautiful wine bottles that, as ugly as we think wine is today as believers, there's a different kind of wine that doesn't get us drunk, that Allah is offering us, and it's being given to us. But then Allah tells us something more. Khitamuhu misk, even the seal has as an incense. The seal has this perfume-like smell. Not even the drink. The drink hasn't even been opened yet. It's the seal. Khitam. Khitamuhu misk. وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. Then in that, those who compete, they should compete in this. This is something worth competing. Allah draws an image of me just being there in that luxury and putting that before me. Then after that is done, no matter what the kuffar say, does it matter anymore? No, because the believer, what does he see now? He sees that Jannah. He sees سَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ سَابِقُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ. Right? Run towards the paradise. Rush towards the paradise. Race towards the paradise. Let's look at the word tanafus. By the way, a similar ayah occurs in Surah Al-Safat, where he says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, لِمِثْلِ هَذَا فَلْيَعْمَلِ الْعَامِلُونَ. For the likes of this, let the people who do work, let them put in the work. Let them get to work. He says this word, tanafus, tells us that they're running towards something so elegant, so classy, so exotic. And this is something when all the people want it. They really, really want it. And they're all competing towards it in the spirit of healthy competition. So here the Sahaba are being ridiculed and even persecuted and tortured, and they're nudging each other saying, who's going to get the Rahiq al-Makhtum first? Let's see who gets there first. They're competing with each other in this. The problems of the world, Allah has taken them away from the believer. He's put them in a different state. And when the kuffar see that different mindset set you in, what do they call you? They call you crazy. What are you happy about, man? We're torturing you. What's the smile on your face for? He doesn't see it. He doesn't understand why this person is being ridiculed and insulted and humiliated, and all of his dignities have been stripped from him, and yet there's a big smile on his face. Not only that, these guys are competing with each other and getting in more trouble. They can't fathom it. But this is the mindset, the iman that the Sahaba tasted when they heard the وَمِزَاجُهُ مِن تَسْنِيم. Mizaj, in Arabic, mazaj al-sharab was used when you mixed a drink. Okay, like nowadays you have Ovaltine or Quick or something, you mix it in the milk, right? Or some kind of mix you put in your drink to give it a new flavor. So when the Arabs would mix something in your drink, that was called mizaj or mazaj also, or mizj also. Now, tasneem in the language comes from sanam, and sanam is the hump of a camel. Tasneem means a very high place. Also means to elevate something. Like they will say tasneem al-qubur, to raise the graves, to elevate the grave site and to make it higher above ground. Okay? So Allah says the mixture of it, meaning the drink is something, but you add some sugar to it or you add some flavor to it. That flavor has been added from a very high fountain or a very high waterfall up there somewhere, and it's called tasneem. So the drink itself is not tasneem, but it's got a little bit of mix from tasneem. Now when you taste that tasneem, what do you want? You say, what's that mix? I want to go where this came from. But where did it come from? It came from very high. So now the abrar are enjoying this drink, and they talk to each other and say, did you taste that flavor, that new thing in there? Yeah, that's tasneem. Dude, where do you get tasneem? And so now look at the next ayah. Aynan. Tasneem is a waterfall, it's a spring. And this is lil-ikhtisas. يَشْرَبُ بِهَا الْمُقَرَّبُونَ. The people the closest to Allah will be sitting next to this waterfall, not yashrabu minha, yashrabu biha. Biha here, what it gives is dharf makan. They'll be sitting right by it, right by this waterfall where it starts, and they're drinking from it directly. The abrar, the righteous, are drinking a mix from the tasneem, and they're loving that too. But those who are close to Allah, al-muqarrabun, what are they enjoying? Tasneem itself, subhanAllah. Allah gives us degrees of paradise. So the ulama comment, عين عالية شرابها أشرف شراب وأصل التسنيم لارتفاع ومنه سلام البعير. Right? This is a very high drink, and the origin of tasneem is something very high. The righteous, who are still living it up, because they've got the couch, they've got the people serving them drink, they've got the bottle, they've got the seal. But this illustrates, the language illustrates that those who are closest to Allah, they will be in a higher position than even the righteous. It establishes a gradation here, subhanAllah. So on the one hand, Allah spoke of the worst of the worst of the worst criminal. And on the contrast, He spoke of the people who earn the closest rank with Allah. That Allah spoke about another place, He says, as-sabiqun ulaik al-muqarrab. The first of the first. Those are the closest ones. What does it mean, first of the first? The first ones, He would say. These are the people, when the messenger makes the claim that an angel comes and delivers me this message, that this is not words I'm making up on my own. Who believes in me? It's easy to call him crazy. Imagine your neighbor came to you and said, hey man, an angel came to me and talked to me. You need to believe in everything I say because it's from God. It's as crazy, it sounds as crazy today as it sounded 1400 years ago. At that time, the first person to say, you know what, that's not crazy, I believe in you in public. And whatever you say I will do, I will not question, because I know it's not coming from you, it's coming from a higher source. I will not question it. I don't care what people call me. I don't care who disowns me. I don't care what they do to me. I'm standing by you. How hard is that to do? It's easy for us to be believers because there's so many of us. There's so many of us. How easy is it when you're the only one? You have to believe in this guy who everybody calls crazy. Everybody calls him insane. And whatever he says, they ridicule. They mock. You're going to be right in that position the moment you say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this position these Sahaba put themselves in is such a painful position, and so Allah compensates them by saying, no, you'll enjoy tasneem. You have the highest rank. The righteous will get something, but you